Hey guys, welcome. We're going to explore the brand new 2022 Bowtech Revolt XL. So here it is, guys, the Bowtech Revolt XL. One of the most important parts about this bow was the ability to give long draw shooters a chance to have a nice brand new Bowtech. This bow will go 27.5 to 33 inches in draw length. So this gives a lot of people the flexibility to shoot this bow. And it's a very important bow because a lot of people do have that extra long draw and need that ability to have a bow company making a premium bow that can do it, and Bowtech provides that in the Revolt XL. Now, the Revolt XL has some really cool things to it, guys. When we talk about tech, we talk about what Bowtech is known for. Obviously, we have the Deadlock system, the cam system. What this does is it allows the cam to go back and forth based on doing some turns here in this little component here. So when you use this Deadlock component, you can actually make this cam go left or right. On both sides, they have it, so you can tune the bow a lot faster than majority because you don't have to do anything with the cam besides make these turns, which is really genius. They also have the suppression built onto the bow here, the orbit. They have two of them on this one, so it's built in right to the riser. It's going to help you keep that bow vibration free. They have the Deadlock pockets. So basically they have a screw on the side that allow you to lock out the pockets, so you don't have to worry about any sort of movement or anything. So this is the Deadlock cable containment system. Again, it keeps your cables out of the way. It's just like any cable guard, right? But the difference is they use their Deadlock technology here to lock this system out, but also it has some flexibility in this piece. So basically when you draw back the bow, it's gonna have a little flex to it and allow it to get that out of the way, but also they even put suppression right on it, so that's pretty cool. They also have the clutch grip. This is a cool grip they have. You can get different colors for this. This piece right here pops off, and you can swap that if you want a different color. So a lot of people are doing that, right? People love colors on their bows. I do as well. So it's kind of cool to have the ability to change the color of your grip. So as far as the specs go of the bow, it is a 33-inch axle bow. Again, draw lengths will go from 27.5 to 33 inches. The brace height is 6.63 inches, so it's a very good size, especially at that longer draw. The mass weight's 4.5 pounds, and the draw weight ability is 50, 60, and 70 pounds. When you buy your Bowtech Revolt XL, you can see it comes with a card. It also shows who actually tested it, who was built by. It's all like right there on this sheet, so that's pretty cool. Also, the pure look of the bow looks great. You guys can see these really nice cutouts they have in here. This is the Bowtech riser design that we see a little bit similar to the SR350. There's some things that look similar and some that don't. Obviously, they're definitely different, but there's still some of the same gaps there, as we can see throughout the risers. Definitely in the grip area it looks about the same. Let's see that there, give you an idea. But again, the SR350 is a speed bow. It's going for power and comfort. That's what they're going for. And it is important to note that on the cam system on this bow, they still have the flip disc. So the Deadlock cam with the flip disc. So you can do performance or comfort. Right now it's in comfort. We'll shoot it in there for now. We'll flip the disc, do the speed test as well. I gotta change this cam real quick on the Bowtech. I need to make it 29, so I'm gonna adjust these 1, 2, 3 screws. So you see that pin there, guys, that silver pin? Wherever that's at in the hole is where it's on. So right now I put that pin in 29. So you can see that little pin in there, so that means we're good to go at 29 now. So this is the flip disc, guys. It's as simple as taking it off and just flipping the disc. So both sides are ready to go for you. Got performance and you got flip. Whatever's shown on the outside is what it's gonna be. So right now I'm gonna switch to performance, and it was on comfort, which was absolutely incredible. All right, guys, so Revolt XL, we're gonna do a speed test. This is at 2970. This is in the comfort mode. So we'll shoot that real quick. This first arrow, 350 grains.
303.
450 grains.
271.
550 grains.
246.
650 grains.
228.
All right, guys, switch to performance mode. Same thing, 29 straw, 70 pounds. First arrow, 350 grains. Wow.
313.
That's hard. 450 grain.
279.
550 grain.
254.
650 grain.
236.
All right, guys, there you have it, the Revolt XL from Bowtech in 2022. This is a shooter, guys. This bow right here has got to be one of my favorite shooting bows this year. I couldn't believe how smooth this bow is in the comfort mode. And one of the cool parts about this is if you want this bow and you're like, oh, well, in comfort it's not gonna be fast, we're getting 303 at 2970 in comfort. So to me, that is like stunning speed to be able to get out there and get to that deer. If you want performance, it went up, I believe, 10 feet per second more, around 313. But again, the smoothness of this bow in comfort mode is absolutely incredible. I see people using this bow not only for hunting, but 3D shooting, target shooting. This bow could be used for a lot of things, guys, and this cam system is so silky smooth. I am very happy about this bow. I'm so excited that Bowtech did this model, and I can't believe how great it is, to be honest, guys. So check it out at bowtecharchery.com. You can find this bow and the SR350, the CP28, all the great bows they did this year. But again, guys, get to your dealer, shoot this bow, get a chance to get this thing in your hand, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot smoother than you probably ever even imagined. It blew my mind today. So great job, Bowtech. We'll see you guys next time on bowhunterplanet.com. Hey guys, welcome to Bowhunter Planet Classic Series. I'm Dave Thomas with Kevin Conlon, and today we are checking out the Whitetail Master from Bear Archery. But before we do that, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. Our goal right now through the end of this year is to try to do one video per week for you guys, and we don't want you to miss it. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the Whitetail Master from 1996, 1997. We got this old bow in as part of our classic series. You can see it's got the really cool Bear Archery medallion right here on the handle. We found out it's from what, 96, 97.
It was made for Bass Pro. So if you're shopping at Bass Pro, you'd be able to pick this.
You would have came across it.
Yeah. This medallion they got there is still in use today.
Yep.
That raised gold medallion is beautiful. You know, the bow is not as light as the bows are today, but we weighed it out. It's like 4.8 as you see it.
With these accessories on there.
Yeah, with these accessories on there. So not too bad. But, you know, when you're comparing the old bows to the new bows, that's what it's going to be.
They said it was 65% let off with adjustable to 50. This one feels like 50 for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It said it was shipped at 65% let off. But, yeah. You know, we shot it. We're going to do some more shooting with it. It's, you know, as always, these classic bows are fun to shoot.
And this one's featured in, we were talking about Real Tree Hardwoods, it looks like. It had draw lengths and peak draw weights, so it looked like there might be two different cam settings, I'm not sure, but it's stated in two different lines. So it says 26, 27, and 28, 45 to 60, and 55 to 70. Then it says 29, 30, and 31 inch draws with 45 to 60 and 55 to 70. So that would tell me there might be a different cam setting or system you might have to get, depending on which bow you pick up when you go, but it had to have been one or the other. Let off again, 65% is shipped at, they said, and adjustable to 50. The power unit is eccentric power composite wheels, 44-inch axle, so very long when it comes to axle. So we don't know the brace height. I'm not 100% sure. You could tell it's like 9 inches though. It's huge. That's a huge brace height. All right, guys, Whitetail Master, 66 pounds, 29 inches of draw. We're just gonna shoot a 350 grain arrow through it and see how it goes here real quick.
$246.
All right, here we go. First shot. All right. It's it doesn't have as much punch forward as some of the ones we've seen in the past, so that's good right off the bat, I noticed.
Okay, so for me, it's always fun when I get to shoot an old bear, because my very first bow I ever shot was a Bear traditional bow. That's the first bow I ever hunted with, over 50 years ago.
Wow.
Well, maybe not. 45 years ago. 45 years ago.
I wouldn't push it too much. You don't want to go back further.
45 years ago. But, yeah, I mean, this would be, you know, when they started changing bows where they were getting the nice let off and stuff like that. I mean, there's no comparison today.
Yeah.
The great thing is now they got 80-90% let off.
Yeah.
But this is a smooth bow. It was smooth. I could draw it real nice. It cycled nice. And
Yeah.
I did feel the let off. I could hold it.
Actually,
And,
yeah, it wasn't too bad. I at first I felt it was pretty spongy, but then I actually grew on me a little bit, like the way it shot. It didn't feel bad. Now it does have a slight jump, but nothing like we see on some of the other classic bows. So I'd say this, and during that time frame, this is probably one of the better shooting without that jump, where it just pops your hand forward, as we see on other models.
I could see myself in a tree back then.
I could do it. I could do
holding on a deer and
I could
letting
shoot a
her
deer
go,
with that.
you know?
I mean, I wouldn't want to, but I could.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to give you an idea where bear has come from and where they've gone to with their compound bows, you could see. I mean, everybody knows, you know, bear archery was founded on a lot of traditional bows with Fred Bear, but as you can see, as they moved into the compound segment, there's a massive difference between where they started coming from and where they are today. But it's a great transition, great product, great company. So if you guys haven't been to beararchery.com, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
This is just the start of it. They got bows like the Legit back behind us here that'll fit adults and kids. So a lot to choose from, but
And they have bows like this that you can buy at the store that are set up, ready to go for hunting.
which that one is. That is
Yeah.
a box store model that is ready to go.
Yeah,
So that actually probably is the same as this was as a box store model.
Yeah, there you go.
We're finding synergies here. It's awesome. So hey guys, thanks a lot for being a part of this with us. The class series has been a lot of fun. If you get a chance, consider joining TBHP to help us continue doing this series. It's really important that we do cover these older models so we can keep them in history forever and never forget them. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on Boner Planet Classic Series. Hey guys, and welcome to the Classic Series from BonerPlanet.com. Today we're checking out the 2009 Admiral from Bowtech. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you're new around here. We're trying to put one of these videos out per week going into the fall for you guys, these classic editions. We'd love for you guys to check them out with us. So without further ado, let's check out the Admiral from Bowtech. Alright guys, in 2009 Bowtech launched the Admiral. As you can see here, this bow has some nice cutouts, and as you see from some of the earlier models, it is definitely getting this cooler design going here, a little more circular. It feels like a very light bow. I think the mass weight's 4.1 pounds, so that was pretty good for then. They have this adjustable cam system here, so it actually can go all the way up to, I believe, 30-inch draw length. So that's pretty cool, having that rotating mod here that you can just switch it yourself, no big deal. They got this beautiful wood grip on both sides, as you can see here. Really cool carbon fiber string stop here with a nice string stop with rubberized in the back. You see it's still doing very well. Even though it's a 2009 bow, the material is still holding out really well. Overall, the bow I think has a very sleek look to it. Nice roller system. It's got the split limb. And let's check out some of the specs real quick. Alright, so 2009 Admiral features a center track binary cam system. Again, having the adjustability right in the cam. Allow you to go from 24 to 30 inches in half-inch increments. So that's pretty cool. It's got the center pivot technology on the riser. 4.1 pounds mass weight. Let off is 65 to 80%. Again, the grip is a two-piece laminated hardwood. They call it a low wrist. Brace height 7.5 inches. Axle is 31 and 1/16 inches. Finish is real tree hardwood green standard with many other choices. The bow shoots upwards of 320 feet per second. The retail price at that time this bow came out was about $829. So obviously the bow prices have gone up today to around $1,200. So and this was the flagship. The Admiral was the flagship back in 2009. And the bow stuck around through 2010 from what I can find online. Alright, so when we talk about the differences in tech between 2022 and 2009, we could see there's a massive difference between flagships. So you had the 2009 Admiral flagship bow against the SR350 flagship in 2022. Bowtech moved into the Deadlock systems. They also moved into the flip disc technology. The risers are not even really very similar, to be honest. They're a lot different now. The limbs are much different. A lot bigger on the newer designs. But just to give you an idea kind of where they came from and where they went. Here it is against the Solution SS from 2021. See a lot of differences there between these bows. So it comes into the back wall pretty hard. I think this bow is set at 28. I might have to make a little bit of adjustment here. It's definitely a little short. Definitely doesn't have any vibration I can feel, and it shoots pretty dead in the hand, so they definitely did a good job with this bow when it comes to after the shot. I mean, when you fire it, it feels really good. The grip feels nice. Yeah, I'd say that's the only thing that's not my favorite, is just it definitely comes hard into that back wall with this cam system at that time. Admiral 2009, we got 70 pounds, 29 inches of draw, 350 grain arrow. Let's see what happens.
296.
There you guys have it, the 2009 Admiral from Bowtech. As you can see, it's a nice bow. When I adjusted it to 29, it really fit very nicely. I could really feel it. It felt even nicer when I was holding it. Again, very good shootable bow. When you shot it, it was dead in the hand, didn't do much at all. I would suggest that when you see that tech move through the years between Bowtech, it's actually really cool to see from when they started till now and how advanced they've come over the years. It's extremely impressive. So well done to Bowtech. I think it's interesting when you do these videos, you don't really know what to expect with these bows, but I'm really happy and proud that a lot of these bows are actually pretty sweet, and we have come a long way in archery. So we'll see you guys next time on Boner Planet Classic Edition. Guys, from 1992, the Trailmaster from Dart & Archery. This bow, as you can see, is pretty long. It's got the old Dart logo in there, which looks really cool. It's got this really impressive, really big wood grip. I've actually never seen this wood grip from Dart before. I thought that was pretty cool. I found the brochure about this bow, which is pretty cool. So here's what they said. We've given our Trailmaster the same unyielding attention to performance and offered at an economical price. Best of all, this bow is ultra light. The short power tough limbs and alloy fast flight high energy wheels make the Trailmaster unique among entry-level intermediately priced hunting bows. The Trailmaster provides a short axle length and great performance. The Trailmaster comes with woodland bark camo and a simulated wood grip. Dart natural wood grip is available as an accessory. The Trailmaster is lightweight in your hand and a heavy hitter when shot. 65% let off. It has the optional ES elements to simulate a round wheel draw characteristics. Sight windows 5 inches. Axle is 39 3/4. String length is 54.5. Mass weighs 3.5 pounds. Draw weights of 35 to 45, 45 to 60, and 55 to 70. Draw lengths range anywhere from 26.5 all the way to 31.5. This has been restrung by our friends at America's Best Bowstring, so thank you guys for doing that to allow us to shoot this bow. Now how that works is they put a string on the front end here, on our string, which goes in here, but these cables are actual cables, and those come out here, so those were not replaced, but you can see they last forever here. Pretty impressive. The bow appears to be 29 inches of draw, and the weight will go up to 60 pounds. It's not at 60 right now. We'll go ahead and set the 60, shoot the chrono, and see what happens just for some fun. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're gonna do a speed test real quick with this Trailmaster from 1992 from Dart here. This is set at 58 pounds, 29 inches of draw, 350 grain arrow.
261.
Not bad, not bad. 58 pounds, that's not bad. All right, guys, here we go. First shots. I've actually never shot on a rest like this before, so I've never seen this. This is called the Golden Key. I have to have a flat wall for my vanes, so I have to turn it so you guys can see what that looks like. That's very interesting. 1992 Trailmaster, first shot. Woo! Actually, it's not that bad. That was not that bad hand shock. I'm impressed, actually. That wood grip actually feels pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely hand shock. It definitely goes forward a little bit, but that's pretty normal for that year models, the 1990 to the 2000, really. A lot of them were always pushing forward, so you're always getting that. This is an interesting bow because both our cams are super small, and It's interesting how big cams are nowadays compared to what they used to be, right? It's so funny. It's interesting, there's like a little bit of play in the cam. A little bit of play there. I mean, honestly, I could kill deer with this. It's a pretty dang accurate bow. I'm actually very impressed. Alright guys, there you have it, the 1992 Trailmaster from Dart and Archery. This was a great shooting bow, I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed the wood grip. We looked at the Ranger in a different video, just to give you an idea of the bows and kind of how they looked at the time. You know, you could see there's a huge thing happening here with these bows as time went on. But again, kind of the same look, you know, you got some of the same aspects in the bows back then. And that's it guys, we hope you had a good time. Special thanks to America's Best Bowstrings for replacing the strings. I also want to do a special shout out to Tank's Scent Crusher. I want to thank Cobra Archery, Victory Archery, and Trophy Ridge for all their support that they do. We'll see you next time on bowontheplanet.com. Alright guys, welcome to another edition of the Bow on the Planet Classic Series. Today we're checking out the XT2000 Magnatech from Hoyt. This bow came out in the year 2000, and this bow has a lot to offer. It is a single cam bow. As you can see, it only has one. The bow itself is a really nice looking bow. This is about the time Hoyt started getting this really cool look with the bridge, and they kept this bridge years after, and obviously even today they still have the bridge. But this is a great looking bow here. This bow is in mossy oak forest floor. Never even heard of that one, but mossy oak forest floor, as you can see here. And it just all around looks like a really nice looking bow. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot this bow a little bit. Check it out from a perspective of the shots. Obviously we'll go through some of the specs that we could find on it. These things aren't the easiest to find, especially when you get these older bows. You can see it's got the original Hoyt logo here with the apple in it. That's pretty cool. Again, you can see the pockets come in on this angle, which is very interesting when you think about it. So it's coming in from the front, and then it's going to go up and almost go up and up here. So it's going to slant up and then have almost a little bit of a torque going up here in the ends. And that's a lot of the bows back in that time frame had that. And they always end up being very smooth bows. So we'll go ahead and shoot that and test it. I do want to point out, I don't know if this is standard or not, but this string stop is interesting. It's actually a pole that goes past it. Now I bought this used. I don't know if this is standard or not for this bow, but it is kind of interesting how long it is and that it doesn't go into the riser anywhere. This bow came out in the year 2000. It is let off of 65%, brace height is 6.5 inches, axle is 37 3/8. So based on which cam you choose, the draw lengths can go up to 32 inches of draw. So far, very smooth shooting. Definitely some hand shock in the front end, but overall it's actually a very smooth drawing bow. I really actually kind of like the draw cycle. I think it's really well done. Alright, this is at 68.64 pounds. We're going to go ahead and run it through the chronograph and see what it comes out at. 29 inches of draw. Well, let's call it 68 pounds, 20 inches of draw. Let's see what it does. 50 grain arrow.
80. 294.
Okay. Alright, there we go. 294. Alright guys, there you have it. The Hoyt XT2000 Magnatech. Pretty cool looking bow on the Classic Edition here. Special thanks to A3 Bowstrings for redoing these strings. As you can see, they look phenomenal. New strings, new cables. The bow is doing really well now because of them. So thank you guys for doing that. It was allowing us to actually do this video because the ones that are on here were all messed up. So we needed that support. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Classic Edition. Make sure you check out more of the videos we have on the Classics. There's a whole bunch of great ones. And this is just another great bow put out by Hoyt in 2000 that you definitely should check out. If you still have this bow, comment below. Love to hear your thoughts on it. And we'll see you guys next time on the show. Now today's video is a talking video, and it is about the average Jack archery video called Cut the Fluff. Now for those who've watched his channel, it's actually a great channel in archery, and he does a lot of great things. In fact, he's going to be on our podcast soon. But I want to talk about this video because I just saw it and I thought, man, this is a great video, and he covers some extremely good topics in this video that it'd be nice to talk about. So let's do it. talks about is the size of the bow. Now, he says in the video, I wish that I never thought that a short bow had to be for bow hunting and a long bow for target. Now, this is an accurate statement in my opinion. A lot of times, the talking point is always that concept of the shorter the bow, the better for bow hunting. Now, the reason I've always said that is because I like a small bow up in a tree stand to allow me to maneuver. Now, that doesn't mean that's the right bow for you. So I agree 100% with him when he talks about the idea that you know, a 38-inch bow might be right for you, 38-inch axle at 35, but it's all about you and how you shoot your bow and your perception of the bow. You know, when the companies create these new bows, the concept they have is that, you know, target and 3D and all that are usually higher axle because the generally, okay, and this is very important to say that, the higher axle, the more accurate the bow has been. Now, as a kid and me shooting bows, I feel the same way. Like, I've shot tons of bows over the years, and the longer the bow, the more accurate it's been. But that doesn't mean that if I'm in a tree, I want a 35-inch bow or 38-inch bow hitting a limb around me. So that's one of the reasons the shorter bows have been marketed towards the bow hunter in the tree stand or ground blind, because there's less things for it to hit and around you. But that doesn't mean it's better for you. So yes, it's an accurate statement. You can, you know, whatever is best for you, use, but you gotta make sure your surroundings are adaptable to the bow. Age of the bow. 100% agree with this comment. He talks about it doesn't even matter if your bow's older or not. It doesn't. The older bows are wonderful. As you guys have seen on the Classic series, we've been able to shoot some of these bows, and to be honest with you, even the ones in the early 90s and 80s I could still kill deer with today. They all do the job. The difference is the tech in the bows. The tech has changed. So if you want a different type of tech or you want something a little newer, then you upgrade. That's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, you should never feel that your bow is not good enough just because it's older. I agree 100% with that statement. It's really important. So an important fact here is understanding your bow. I really like this comment because a lot of times you guys see on our show, we're going through different bows all the time. And our show is based on just bringing you the latest of what's out there. And we don't usually sit down and actually detail a bow to the point where we're reusing that bow constantly. So that is highly recommended to you. When you purchase your bow, you really should continually learn and understand your bow the best you can. Get to know that bow inside out. Understand what tuning is and how to tune your bow. Another comment he makes is, what should the bow feel like to me? What's important to me when it comes to the bow? So this is a really important part, right? Because it's like, what is it that you need in a bow that makes you feel home or comfortable? That's why you have to go shoot these bows and understand them, because you need to put your time and effort into your purchase. I also didn't know Average Jack was 6'4". Wow, he's a tall guy. So he also talks about let off. Yeah, he's right though. A lot of times let off, we think a let off is like 90% is like amazing, but the idea that you have that hump to come over is a genius idea. I didn't really think about that in the sense of having to let down halfway. So that's a great statement to make and something to think about when you're using let off. What percentage should you actually use? You should probably test yourself between the numbers that your bow allows you to do, so you have a better feeling of when you can bring it down and when you can't. Fletchings, I agree with them. I don't mess with fletchings at all, guys. So for me, fletchings are like, I just use what comes on the arrows. I really don't like getting involved in the fletching because I just feel like it's extreme, and there are so many options that it makes it uncomfortable in my opinion. And one of the last things he talks about is grip pressure and feeling out your bow and just knowing it. But again, that goes back to just understanding your bow, understanding your form, fit, form, and function, how you shoot as an archer. Definitely get some lessons if you need it. Go talk to your local pro shops, talk to some target shooters. Those guys have it down pat generally. But again, it's gonna be a little different for you than it is for everybody else. But great video, Average Jack. I'm glad you did this video. I think it's really important. I will link that video below. You guys should check it out and watch it yourself. It's an important video to just kind of really take a step back and think about what it is you want out of archery and how it can help you. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This is the best time of the year for archers because this is when they get their gear out, put all of their plans into action, and really start honing in on their gear and tuning their bow and getting their bow put together. So I always find this time to be the best time in August, because August is like, it just signifies the turn. We're hitting the field quick and hard, so it's like you want to be fully prepared before that time. But this is the best time. It has the best feeling, the symbolic feeling in August, is when you start getting those magazines coming in, you start getting your bow out, looking at it, getting excited about it, talking to your friends, having friends come shoot with you. This is that time where everything comes together.
Hey guys, it's Corey Upper from bowhunterplanet.com, and on Test Lab today we've got the Barbarian MXT titanium broadhead, 1.5 inch cut, versus plywood and a piece of cardboard. It's on my VAP TKO. Let's see what she does. All right, we got approximately, let's say 12.5 inches of penetration on the front. Just a little bit. Broadhead stayed together very well. It was fully deployed in the ballistics gel. Went in just above the spot here. The broadhead didn't fully deploy here, but like I said, it was fully deployed once it was inside the ballistics gel. And kind of the same thing here through the plywood. You know, we probably got 3/4 of an inch cut right there. But like I said, it was fully deployed inside the gel. Broadhead stayed together really well.
Hey guys, Dave here from Bow Hunter Planet, and today I want to share with you a really important thought about bows, well, blowing up. Let's talk about it. So when you think about a bow blowing up, you probably think like, I've never seen that happen, or that's super rare. And the answer is, yeah, it is kind of rare actually, but it could happen. And there's a couple different types of a bow explosion. Number one is called a catastrophic explosion. That is where the bow actually falls apart based on the manufacturer doing something wrong. And we can see that right here in this clip. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick. This is from my friend Jason Ballas at Outdoor Product Review. Let's check out what happened to him here.
All right, let's go ahead and draw it back. Pretty smooth. Wow.
As you can see in this video, Jason has his bow at full draw. He's trying to tell the audience about the bow. And then long and behold, you can see nothing changes in the string position, but the limb gives way on this bow, causing a catastrophic explosion of the bow. So when this happens, the bow manufacturer is going to want every bow piece back of this bow so they can figure out what the heck just happened. And would that be covered under warranty? The answer is yes. In a situation like this, where it's catastrophic and you have a failure of components of that bow, would definitely cover under warranty. Now, if the bow is dry fired in any other way, it is not generally covered under any sort of warranty. So guys, if you don't have a catastrophic explosion, which most likely you're not going to have, it's very rare to see something like that happen in a bow. The other option would be a dry fire. If you dry fire your bow without an arrow on accident, that's the most common, and that's not going to be covered under warranty. The other one is derailing your bow, and that happens when you torque your wrist in any way, shape, or form when you're going to fire the bow, because if you keep your wrist relaxed like this and you fire, the bow is not going to have a problem. But if you grip it tight and you're twisting or torquing any way, that means when that string comes over, it could miss the cam and go past it and then make the whole thing explode. So those are the biggest ones. The other one is if you were to derail it by overdrawing the bow past your anchor point, and maybe you have some twists or pulls or whatever that cause it to not work right, and then obviously derail and break the bow. So I hope you guys learned a little bit today about bow explosions and how they work. It's not the most common thing, doesn't happen a ton, but just remember that you need to have a nice relaxed grip when you're shooting your bow. You should not be torquing, you should not be grabbing that thing with a death grip. Do not do that. If you have any sort of catastrophic explosion, make sure you call that manufacturer and have that conversation and talk about all the components that you find. Special thanks to Jason for letting us use this video, and I hope you guys learned something here, and make sure you stay safe out there. Super important. I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, we're getting crazy. We're giving away this M370 from 10 Point, brand new, ship right to your door. In order to enter, just go ahead and subscribe to us here, like the post, share the post with a friend, and fill out the entry form. You'll be entered to win this amazing crossbow right here, directly from Wicked Ridge. Hey guys, Dave from BowhunterPlanet.com here. We get a lot of questions here, and this one's about the V3X, the new bridge lock sight system. That is the system that allows dovetail to go through here. Now, people are asking, like, if I have an HHA Tetra, can I use it on my V3X? The answer is yes, but you will need a couple little things to make it work. Number one, you can keep your dovetail the same way if you want it. HHA does sell a shorter dovetail that you can take this apart and put it back on this one, so it's a little bit shorter for you. So you have that option there. They also have a little piece for around $25, very, very simple, cheap way to make this sight work on here. And this is a little adapter that's going to push the sight back a little bit to allow for that compensation of the difference between the distance of having your sight on the outside compared to having it in the center of the riser. So that is a difference, and because of that you have to offset a little bit, and HHA gives you that option right here, and it's very cheap, very simple. Alright guys, it's that simple. I swapped out the back bar and I put in this little adapter. Now you could just do the adapter, keep your old bar if you wanted, it's up to you. But also, don't forget, if you buy this new little stub bar here, it does come with this piece that you can mount on another bow. So if you still want to put on the outside, this bow or a different bow, you still have that option in the future. That's it, pretty simple.